Hey everybody, it is Sunday, September 24th, the first full day of fall here in the Northern Hemisphere. And I'm here to do my weekly card pull, something I started back in January of this year, just to pull a card or two for spiritual reflection and spiritual inspiration. Just to put a positive and expansive lens out there through which to experience my week. And when I pull cards, I always focus as my intention that it's something that's going to be helpful for my own illumination, reflection, and inspiration for myself, but also for anyone else who's watching this. Thanks for following along. I love fall. I love the change in seasons, and I love the fact that much as I enjoyed summer thoroughly, spring and summer energy tends to be outwardly focused. The energy of fall and winter is more inwardly focused and reflective. So this card pull, I love doing this throughout the year, but for the fall and winter months, I feel it's even easier to reflect upon this type of work. As I mentioned earlier this month, in numerology, we are in a 7-year, which is about learning, introspection, research, analysis, mysticism, self-reflection, self-analysis. Kind of heads down energy, if you will, and inwardly focused. We're also in a 7-month in 2023, so it's a bit of a double whammy there, meaning it's something that might lead us to be a bit heads down and perhaps a little bit removed from what's going on around us. So I want to say there's an aspect of this that gives us a really good opportunity to reflect, but also just make sure you're looking around when you're walking and you're not too heads down and missing important things going on around you. But at any rate, again, reflection, inspiration. What can I learn from this? What's a helpful perspective to take on? So let's dive in. The deck that I'm using this week, I've used it before. It's Denise Linn's Sacred Traveler. I love the sort of moodiness of the cards that are created by not just the imagery, but by the colors that are used. So I'm going to pull a card from that deck for spiritual reflection and spiritual inspiration. I think I'll just pull one today, just because. And again, follow along. I'm going to share with you what jumps out to me, what resonates with me intuitively, but I encourage you to just pay attention to what really resonates with you, how you connect with this energy is something to reflect upon, something to be inspired by. So here it goes. You know, I've shuffle, and I think about it. When I feel like I've locked in on the coordinates of reflection, more than anything to me, it's feeling like I've dropped into that space where I can really be observant intuitively. And this feels ready for me. So I'm going to go ahead and pull my cards. I split the deck, and based on where my thumb lands, that's the one I choose. And it's this one. And the card is, wow, a repeat. Traveling lightly. We've seen this one before. In fact, just a matter of a few weeks ago. Kind of spoke extensively about this one and what resonated with me. And I'll tell you what, the fact that it's coming up again, for me anyway, means that I still have some more stuff to dump in the trash can. And so here's how I'm going to reflect upon this. I feels like I've got a little bit more work to do. The fact that it's coming out again out of a 55 card deck, and likely anyone who's looking at this may have some more work to do too. What do I mean by work by? Where am I carrying around an emotional load that doesn't suit me anymore? For me, I'll tell you what, it's really resonating with me because I've done some emotional work. And cleared some stuff in the past few weeks since this card came up, deliberately and with that in mind. What's coming to mind for me is ideas or ways of doing things. Maybe some habits, maybe some way that I would normally approach work or approach my life, where it's like, no, maybe you've done some shifting emotionally, but you have some habits you need to shift as well. Way of operating, way of thinking, and of course the way of operating spins off as a direct result of the way that we think and the way we view things. So that's what I'm going to sit with. My eyes are zooming right in on the trash can and the sign that's pointing this guy in a new direction. So I'm going to focus on what literally needs to go. And also this week, I'm going to keep my eyes open as to, well, something's got to go. What signs, we have a sign here on the tree. What signs will be out there for me this week to say, since you're letting go of this, go this way or do this instead. What's an alternative here if I'm getting rid of something? What am I making space for? So that's what I'm going to focus on this week. Again, however this resonates with you, go for it. You may not have seen the previous week's card where this one, or reading when this was pulled. So you might be seeing it for the first time. So whatever message stands out to you. We have our traveler. He's continuing on his road. It's brightly illuminated. He's dumping some stuff, carrying lightly with his bag, but he's moving forward. So I hope you have a great journey this week. Thanks for watching. Website is laurieblomer.com. Email address is laurieblomerpsychic.com. laurieblomerpsychic@gmail.com. Would love to hear from you, hear how your week goes. Would love to work with you. Thanks again for watching. Have a great week.